I got into sustainability, well, actually, since I was very young, because my parents were also into it and were also really interested, and they kind of raised us to pay attention to environmental issues and recycle, reduce what we use, and like yeah, I mean, I guess the mainstream message of sustainability, which just covers the environment. And then I started looking at sustainability from a food industry point of view, and so I became vegan for a while and explored all the implications of like meat production and stuff. And so yeah, that was really interesting. And but then at the same time, I was buying so many clothes because I've always been into fashion. And I never really thought of the link between sustainability and fashion. But as I learned about the impacts of the fashion industry, which I guess the documentary The True Cost really helped me. And then I also had to write a thesis for my high school graduation, and I chose to do it on the environmental impacts and specifically the water pollution caused by the fashion industry. And while researching, I found out so many things that were just shocking to me. And so I realized most people don't know, and we all wear clothes, so we should all know what we're buying into and what we're supporting. So yeah, I decided to start my page in November 2019, my Instagram page. And yeah, just I've been creating content on there, just easy to read, engaging, and short graphics with simple tips or information about yeah, the impacts of the fashion industry and ways that we can lessen our impacts. Greenwashing is when companies basically spend more money marketing themselves as sustainable than they do in actually like implementing sustainable practices. And it's very common because, especially within fast fashion brands, because their business model in itself is unsustainable because it's based on overproduction and yeah, just producing clothes as much as many as possible, as cheap as possible, and as fast as possible. So that's not sustainable from any point of view. And so it would really require a rethink of the whole model in order for brands to really go in the right direction. But since the model is profitable for the ones at the top and it does make them money, they're not willing yet to see the real problem of overproduction and to really change things. And so they're just basically putting a lot of money in marketing. And people like normal customers and consumers that really aren't very familiar with this movement can be fooled quite easily because they're really good at it. They have so much money that they're spending in marketing, and so yeah, they're good at fooling customers. And I think how we can spot it, well, first of all, how much is the brand producing? If they're overproducing, and you go on their website, there's thousands and thousands of new styles weekly, that's not sustainable because these clothes are going to end up somewhere, probably in landfill, and they're going to have a short lifespan because you're supposed to keep on replacing them and discarding them, so they're basically seen as disposals. Another thing you can do is ask questions. Look at look at the website. What are they saying about sustainability? And maybe send an email to a brand. There's often very vague claims that they're not backed up by any facts and figures, and so that's for me a red flag because the word sustainability or eco-friendly, they don't have any legal meaning. So basically any brand can put it everywhere, wherever they want, they can just put it's sustainable and it doesn't mean anything. So do they go further than that, or do they give you more information? And yeah, if they do, that's a good sign, because at least they're trying, because it's obviously a very complex issue, and there's so many angles to be looking at it from. Also, do they just make one conscious collection? Because if that's the case, then they're probably like, if 5% of their collection is sustainable, then are they really making a positive impact? Why can't they make their whole like production line sustainable? And that's very common with fast fashion brands. And also, do they have a holistic approach? Like, do they care about the environment and people? Do they mention garment workers and how much they're paying them, or do they just say, oh, this is a recycled cotton t-shirt or recycled polyester? Yeah, so really look into their claims, because sustainability isn't just the environment, it's a social issue as well. So it's important that they look at that as well.